I wanted to explain to you what I want to do with this space, so here we go. I'm gonna have my basement be used as screen reclaiming and like a dark room. This big washout booth right here, so that's gonna replace this washer and dryer. Those are gonna go in the house. And then this washout booth is gonna go into the dark room, which is in the basement. Also, we're gonna move this exposure unit's gonna go in the basement as well. So basically, like, we're gonna coat all of our screens in the basement. Everything will be coated in emulsion. It's light safe. There's no natural light that can get in there and expose the screens. So all those are safe in there. And I'll have my exposure unit in there, and I'll have my little washout booth in there. And then I can, when I have a new order, I'm in my office in the house, I print out the artwork, go into the basement, grab a fresh screen that's coated in emulsion, tape the artwork to it. The exposure unit will be in the basement, in the dark room, so I can just put the screen in the exposure unit with the artwork on it, expose it, remove it. I'll have the small washout booth in there as well, so I can take it out of the exposure unit, wash it out in the small washout booth, and then let them have a rack in there where they can dry, or just bring it out here immediately. So that would be the process for that. This wooden rack here I'm gonna use for already finished screens, like screens that have artwork on them that are fresh out of the darkroom. Stack them on here, put our order numbers on them. I'm gonna start printing out order forms for the printers, or myself if I'm printing, where it says like all the order details, like type of shirt, color of shirt, quantities in each size, the order number on like the invoice from PayPal. We'll take like a piece of tape when you're in the darkroom and you have your order form down there. You take a piece of tape and you write the order number that's for that artwork on the tape, put it on the screen that has the artwork for that order, bring it to the garage, set it up here with the tape facing out, so that way the screen printer will have their order form for the order that they've picked to print. And then they can look on the piece of paper like, oh, 1121 is the order number. And then they come over here and they're like, there it is, 1121. They grab their frame, they tape it. We're actually also gonna make our own quick and easy taping station for frames. So instead of like laying the frame on the table, you can have like a little slanted light box kind of thing that holds your frame at an angle, and then like a roller with tape. You can just pull the tape and rip it off and put it. It's just a little bit faster, and little things like that add up. So that's the process for that. And then when we're finished printing, this big washout booth will be over here, and that'll be used solely for reclaiming screens. Reclaiming a screen is the same thing as it's just a quick way of saying taking a screen that you've finished using, like any of the screens on this press right now that are done, taking one of those, getting the ink off of it, getting the emulsion off of it, letting it dry so you can take it back to the dark room and start over with it and use it to coat in a new coat and emulsion for a new design. That's the process for the screens. When I get an automatic, I'm gonna have the automatic in this corner, and I'm probably gonna have this manual over here, I think. This is not set in stone. This is just me like playing around with ideas in my head, trying to figure out how I want to lay out the garage. But this is what I was brainstorming last night when I couldn't sleep. The automatic will be back here. The manual would be like right around here. And then I'll have like the big conveyor dryer. It's gonna be pretty big. Like if I had bought that 20-foot conveyor dryer, if we started it where this current conveyor dryer was, so if it started right here, it would probably have come all the way to like here. It's 20 feet long, so this is like a 40-foot long garage. Auto over here, my manual here, big conveyor dryer here. But for the time being, this is my setup. These tables laid out here are for the inspector. The inspector is basically the person who stands at the back of the dryer, and they do what you call is catching shirts. They stand here while the printer prints, and the printer's feeding the dryer, having orders come out. And then if I was inspecting, I'd grab the shirt and I'd hold it up, and I would look for any imperfections, see if the underbase was showing, see if there was any pinholes that need to be fixed or taped off or shot out. This little station over here is actually 4 pinholes. We're gonna take this and put it back here, so that way the inspector can quickly access that instead of having to walk all the way over there. Little things like that all add up. Like if you can do little time-saving things, like it makes a big difference in the long run for the efficiency and workflow of your business. Okay, so we're gonna have the spot cleaning station here. So spot cleaning station's over here. Inspector will have all this stuff here, take their shirt, look at it, oh, it looks good. They lay it out here, smalls, medium, large, whatever. Like they have all this space to lay out however many sizes they have so that they can easily keep track and count everything. And I can explain more in the future about how to organize. Every little step's important. If I have an order form that has all the quantities and sizes, then like when we unbox the order, we check off we count every single shirt in that order based on the order form, and then we check off like, okay, all the smalls are there, oh, the larges are one short, the extra larges have one extra, or whatever. The person who picks the order, which since my business is smaller, it'll be the inspector. Like the inspector will pick the order for the printer, they'll count it out, lay it out for the printer, and then the printer will come and grab that order and put it on their workstation. And then before they print it, they will count all of those shirts again with their order form and double check all of the quantities and sizes and make sure that everything's correct. Then they print it, goes through the dryer, the inspector inspects, and they lay all the shirts in their sizes and quantities out on this table here. And then they count those again for a third time, make sure for a final time that the quantities and sizes are there before they fold and box the order and prepare to give it to their customer. So that's how we're gonna go about doing it. And I have like the artwork form and order form already created by a graphic designer. Like all this stuff is ready. It's just a matter of like implementing it, starting to use it, and getting like a printer and an inspector. Like all this stuff takes time. It's all new to me. And I mean, I've been exposed to it, but doing it with my own business is a new step. I know I only have the one embroidery machine right now. Eventually, like I said, I'd like to get that 6-head machine. So I'm thinking what I want to do is have against the wall here, this is going to be embroidery. I'll have a 6-head machine and then a single head machine. And then I'll get 2 more tables like this. Well, I guess just take these tables. And so basically make like an L. So it'll be like tables for screen printing and then tables for embroidery. And then you have the embroidery machines. So that way that whoever's working the embroidery department, they can have an equal amount of space to lay out their customer's order and also just like hoop the garments and do what they need to do to load the machine and keep it running. This could either be a place where we put orders, or I think what I want to do, since I have 3 of these big wooden shelves, I might take these 2 wooden shelves here. Like I said, I'm going to leave this one over here to have the fresh frames that are ready for the new orders. I might take these 2 these 2 shelves right here and then just line them up, because this wall right here is like, it's like almost the exact same width as these shelving units. So I think what I'll do is just put one like flush against the wall there, and then maybe put like a 3-foot gap or whatever for people to be able to walk through between the 2. Put another one next to it, and then those can be used for boxes of like orders that haven't been opened yet that we will be printing soon. These are order boxes, so like these shelves would be full of boxes for like pending orders that are about to be printed on or embroidered. Over here, I have moved my heat press over here. I don't get a ton of orders for heat press, but I do take orders for heat press. So this is gonna be like my heat pressing station for foils and vinyl application. We're thinking about getting like countertop that comes out farther, like basically where the exposure unit is, maybe having countertop come out here. So that way the heat press can face this way so you can use it and it's not awkward. This little space right here could be for like to lay out shirts or whatever you're heat pressing. So other than that, I really want to like repaint this space, because I don't know if you can see that well, but like there's a lot of stuff on the walls that just doesn't look good. To me, like I'm so particular about my workspace like looking really good. Here you can see like this tape is peeling off. That stuff just bugs the hell out of me. And so I really want to like repaint this whole place. We're just gonna paint it white. And then we have like a concept for my current logo for TLC Custom Products. It's the primary colors. So it's like blue, yellow, red, and green. So I was thinking about having like a wave, like an angled wave with like different shades, kind of go around the color spectrum all the way around this whole garage, and then have like my logo real big on one of these like one of these big open walls. And then we're also talking about doing something like, I don't know if you've ever seen where people put nails in a wall and it spells out a word like create or creative, and then they take like thread and they like loop it around the nails, and then you can see the word and it looks really cool. I was thinking about doing something like that for the embroidery department. It just looks cool. It's like makes the work environment a little bit more inviting, adds to the atmosphere, which I think is really important for like somebody, like you want to feel good about where you're working. We're probably gonna have something like that where it says like embroidery or thread or something like that above the embroidery department, and then we're gonna get like a shelving unit made for all of our spools of thread. I restocked on a bunch of thread recently, so like, and then here's like a bunch of foam, different color. That's different color 3D foam. This is all different color stock threads. I got a bunch of backing and stuff, but it's really, I actually don't have that much. Like if you think about some of these bigger companies, they have like an insane like stock of supplies on deck all the time. Like I said, it's baby steps. Like I just spent like $300 on all that thread, and eventually I'll use it all, but a lot of it doesn't get used for a long time. So you buy thread here, you buy thread there. Same with my ink. I bought a bunch of 5-gallon containers, and those take a long time to use up, and I'll buy more ink as I need different colors that I don't currently have, and all of a sudden you have like this big selection of ink, or this big selection of thread. Same with like screens. Like I just bought another probably 20 screens, so now I have a lot of screens, and they're just kind of adding up. I have to buy more screen racks for the dark room, and we're gonna build out like a wall for the coated screens to sit in so that they're completely light safe, and we're gonna put like drywall on the ceiling to make the dark room a little bit just nicer looking. Install some hanging UV lights just so it's not like so dingy and dark in there. Some of this is just like household stuff that needs to go in there, but all in all, that's everything. I have like a couple pending orders to start right now, and I'm about to finish a wedding edit, and then I have 2 more, one of which I have an editor working on, and then the other one I'll be doing myself again as well. So I have those 3 to finish, 4 to currently turn in, plus those 3, so 7 weddings to turn in. Got like a High School Musical that I've been shooting for the past couple years coming up in December, and just stuff like that, you know, the usual, finishing up the studio. I have a partner with that who's the lead engineer, plus a couple other engineers, and we've been discussing the way we want to operate our business with like day rates and what the clients should expect from us, so that everybody's on the same page and there's no miscommunication or misunderstanding about what the client is paying for and what we are expected to do in return and what they should expect. All that stuff's very important. You want to have everything solid and clear and transparent as possible from the beginning. It's okay to sort of learn as you go too, that you have to learn as you go, otherwise you're never gonna even start, because it's not gonna be perfect ever. That's everything that's been going on with me. I know this has been a really long episode, and I just talked my freaking head off, and has a lot of talking, but I hope you guys appreciate the update, stick along for the ride, and ask me questions if you want to start any of your own businesses, or you're just printing out of your house for fun or whatever. Like, whatever you guys are doing, let me know. I'm curious to hear about it. I always love seeing comments come in. I love getting subscribers and views, and just kind of talking to people. That it's fun, it's interesting to me. And also, if anybody out there wants to order anything, I would love to print for you. I would love to embroider for you. Whatever you guys want, I can probably do it. There's a couple limitations that I have, obviously, but we can do a lot, so let me know. Oh yeah, also I'm looking into buying like an all-over press eventually, and I was thinking about maybe having a space in here. If I put 2 racks over here, one could be for frames, one could be for boxes of pending orders, and then that way that wall could be free for direct-to-garment. Or I could put a direct-to-garment in my office. You need to be right by your computer, or it would just be convenient to be right by your computer for direct-to-garment. Thinking about getting a direct-to-garment in the office. Once I get a direct-to-garment, I plan on launching a website just mostly focused on promoting the direct-to-garment style of printing. I'm also just about done with my website for bulk screen printing and embroidery, which is what I currently mostly do. Thank you guys so much. Hope you enjoyed. This is not another episode of Startup Life. I will be posting more episodes where there's like better editing and just like yeah, it'll be better. It'll be better, I promise. I'll catch you guys on the next one. And until next time, have a great week, have a great day, and thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Bye.